What's going on, guys? We are here at the Subi Sanctuary. We have this 2013 STI right here. It's gonna be our next project. We're gonna go around with some of the things that are wrong with it. To start off, it's
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So first issue here is we don't have a motor. We didn't get a motor inside of the car with the car. So we're gonna tour around the rest of the car and show you the rest of the stuff that did come with the car and what we're planning to do with it. So yeah, starting from the front to the back, this is exactly how we got this car. It is definitely quite whack. Wherever this guy originally sent this car to have it repaired, really did a number on it. They very individually took apart absolutely every single part of the car, and then they just stopped, and then that was the end of their repair, and then that's where we ended up. So we got strut dude bar, hot rod Scots. It looks like an exhaust valve module. Got some boombox wiring. You can see down there, he does have a down tube, so she was modded a little. It's got a little cobb air box there. All right, so yeah, moving around to the rear of the car, we've got the original air dam. We got a Tomei equal length header. It looks like our flywheel, possibly our clutch underneath of it. The other side there, we do have our stock top mount intercooler, so that's good. The car, like body-wise, is actually decent condition. You can tell it was rust-proof. We'll put the car up and go under it after. But that's a nice trunk. Usually the GRs get pretty bad in there on the trunk. He has the rest of his cobb intake, up tube. And then they also did this. They like completely took apart everything they took off of everything, which is a strange way to do it. It's got this little perrin alt cover, a perrin rad cover. There's our starter, some of our transmission pieces, and looks like our little rad reservoir. Oh, even the lid for our intake. It's kind of sweet that, like, even though this came in a million pieces, literally, that we've actually started to kind of piece most of this stuff together. They completely, like, piece by piece have disassembled the engine, and in the most unusual way, like the TGVs were left attached to the cylinder head. One side had the fuel rail in it, the other side didn't. We haven't even found the other fuel rail yet, but it is a mess, but we will be able to figure it out, get it back together. This is going to be our donor engine here. So this guy we have stripped down, and we're ready to then put all this stuff together and attach it to that. And then I'm going to show you guys the rest of the stuff that came with the car. This was the short block, and this was how we received it. Apparently it had rod knock. Like, they didn't even get in, the rods are all still in it. They didn't even do anything. They just racked up the dude's bill, taking everything apart, pretending like they were gonna fix it, and then ultimately, like, they didn't know what they were doing, so giving up on the car. So then this is the finale of the stuff we got with the car, mostly pertaining to this corner. So we have his oil pan. There is definitely some shiny stuff in there, so that is likely. They took the water pump off. They completely disassembled the cylinder heads and then just bombed them in a box for some reason. Getting into this box here, it has timing covers. It also has the timing gears with them as well. They took them all apart and then just threw them in the box. Pretty freaking custom. Even the rad, like, they took the crossover off the top of the rad for some reason. It's like, why would you do that? Very unusual stuff. So this will be my warning to you guys. Definitely check out the shop before you bring your car there for any sort of major work, because this guy got mega hosed and ended up losing his car. He collected the car and all this stuff, piled everything in the car, and he sold the car on Facebook Marketplace. We're gonna fix it up, bring you along for the ride. All right, with Marcelo working into the evening there, he has got our donor motor almost ready to go in the car. There's a few finishing touches, but we're waiting for gaskets and spark plugs before we can do those. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting this all together, get it drop in ready. We have decided to use the Tomei header and up pipe with this, and most of the original stuff that came off it is still good. So we're gonna clean that all up, re-gasket it, and get it on. Bit of a mess going through everything. We believe we've got it all sorted out with the new donor motor in. It is looking quite good in there. Marcelo, if you want to fire her up, let's see how she sounds. Loud. Currently on our way to the dyno with the STI. We do have an assortment of mods on this that already kind of came with the car. So there's an equal length header, up pipe, a silicone turbo inlet, cold air intake, a BOV. We did do TGV deletes and an air pump delete. And then it has a catted bell mouth downpipe, and then a catback exhaust. Relatively conservative stuff, nothing too crazy. I'm definitely not expecting any sort of wild power numbers. We are going to be having the car tuned on 91 octane fuel. For the sake of whoever buys the car, 91 octane is very user friendly with respect to where you live. So if you guys want to go ahead, guess on the power expectations, I'm saying 270 wheel horse is kind of my range. We do see a lot of these motors in this combination. Essentially it's just a 20X with STI turbo. It might perform a little better in the bottom end with the equal length header, but we'll see how it goes. As long as it goes well, a little less concerned about the power. I mean, if someone wanted to kick it up later, running 94, by all means, they could go ahead and do that. Back after the tune here, everything went well. We didn't really have any issues and it all worked out as planned, which is great. That's always a really nice thing on a tune day. The car does feel really good, really nice, very responsive. Like I would say quite a bit better pickup in the low end than what you typically see with a 20X, maybe running the stock like unequal length header. So the equal length header definitely made a nice difference in the bottom end there. As for power, we did 265 wheel horse and 266 torque, so they're almost parallel. Does work really good, definitely happy with it. We'll cut back at the shop there and show you guys the dyno graph, and then we'll get out for a nice little rip in it. So there we are with the dyno graph. You can see it comes on pretty strong, pretty quick, which is nice for a 20X. I'd assume that is the benefits of the equal length header. And then after that, it is pretty parallel and definitely feels like that when you're driving. But otherwise, yeah, really good, works really good. So we are happy there. All right, dudes, we're gonna take you guys for a little rip, show you what this puppy can do here. Supercharger. See what this puppy can do. Hang on. Oh yeah, just banging limiter.
That was a nice pull.
Yeah.
As a daily driver or someone that's looking to get into the Subaru community, this car is literally perfect for you. It's got a bunch of fresh mods. Oh yeah, she's a beaut. She is a beaut.
Burger time.
Burger time.
Yeah, burgers.
That's it. That's HKS.
Yeah, HKS mod. Alright dudes, well I hope you enjoyed this little ride along. So this weapon is actually for sale. If you're interested, you're welcome to inquire. Probably easiest on Instagram. If not, we're just gonna put it up for sale otherwise. Alrighty, we're out of here.
Take it easy.
Alrighty, well that wraps up this video here. So the whole point of this video was just as a caution, be careful where you take your car for work. Not that the 20X was totally the answer to this guy's problem, but at least getting a competent shop to work on your car may have left him keeping his car and being able to continue to enjoy it. Otherwise, it ended up for sale in a million pieces, and here we are. Alrighty guys, till the next one. Scene 2, nah, I mean.
Do I look good in that?